Yes, yes, yes. That's me. I'm live. This is Fun University. We're going to be doing a cute little book. Oh, that could be it. That is actually a card. Intrigued? You bet. It's going to be based on Craft Roulette 99. So let's get this show started. Thank you guys for showing up. Hi, I'm Mary Gunn. Welcome to Fun University. Hello, I'm Mary Gunn. I'm Mary Gunn Fun, founder and head professor of Fun University, where you are right now. This is a spin-off show of Craft Roulette, where you can find everything down in the description all about it. But Craft Roulette is the ultimate paper crafting card-making game show challenge. And each week after we have that wonderful challenge, and oh, did we have fun last Friday? Oh, yes. We take one of those parameters and have a little parameter playtime right here on the Mesquite campus of Fun University. So, we had a so we start with a project, 4 1/4 square. You had to fit in 4 1/4 square somehow or other. You had to, for colors, we had, what do we have? We had pink plus one other color and 3 pops of red. And you guys really, go to craftroulette.live after this. Episode 99. Look in the gallery. You will be blown away by the cards that were sent in. Anyway, I loved how you worked in the red pops. They were so cute. They were, sometimes they were like little strips of sentiments. Sometimes they were legs. Sometimes they were hearts, and even had a heart in somebody's grill. It was all just very, very cute. I thought you guys really did a great job of picking your +1 and your red, getting that red pop in there. Of course, the biggie. Yes, the night we'd been all fearing. Robots was our element. And robots, I worried. I really thought, oh man, we're not going to, I was joking saying 10 cards. We'd get 10 cards. But I knew we'd get a few more, but I didn't really know we'd get over 100 again. So, you guys, hats off. That was excellent. And they're so amazing. I loved how you did all sorts of things. You cut out robots. You drew robots. You did some iris folding, hand-drawn stamped, hand-cut. There was even a salt shaker. Are you in here? The salt shaker robot. We had dog bots, cat bots, household appliance bots, car bots, amorous bots, bear bots, even paper clips, using shakers and all sorts of fun things that you guys figured out. It was pretty phenomenal. I gotta tell you, that was good stuff. But we faced our fear. Yes, we did. And we did it. And only a few people did not participate that usually participate. So well done. Yes, those robots. Now we're going to say go bots because we're going to leave them alone for a while. But we were pro bots, and we will see them all again. You will be glad on Friday. I won't tell you why, but you will be glad someone that you participated in the contributor board this week. I will tell you that right now. Yes. Is there anything else? Oh, the last thing that we had was a random, and it was tickets. Tickets were kind of I have created addicts, and I'm proud of it. Tickets were kind of like the last, how do I fit that in? But you had them embossed in the background. I watched a Mary Moisen video just before dinner tonight on how she made her tickets, and it is in the process video section tab of the Craft Roulette Live, the episode 99. So you can see that too. But tickets were kind of a fun thing, and you had them all over this place on size, how you added them. Therese even drew hers in on her little monster bot. So, there wasn't anything holding anybody back that maybe except if you're tired. and even then, you might have been like delirious with some of these parameters. So let's go down to Papercamp and get this show started. I do have a cute project tonight. Let's do this. Thank you guys for being here. That's right, Christina. That is my favorite quote of all the all the quotes. Now that we have mastered robots, nothing will stop us. I love having a Swedish philosopher, somebody who will philosophize on craft roulette in Sweden. This was my little cornhole robot, and so it's just a little easel card. And we were talking about, Therese and I were talking about, or she had just done a video on interactive cards for kids. And so I thought, well, this is it for the robots, and I'm going to put him away. But so there's a little pocket here. So it's not a good pocket, but it's a pocket. And you can put a little bag of pom-poms in there. Or something else if you wanted to put popcorn in there. Oops. Or anything. And then you could have little lines from where you have to throw. I'm pretty good, aren't I? I should go on the bot tour of cornrow tossing. Okay. Enough of that. All right, so what we have tonight. Tickets. Tickets. Tickets are kind of like tags in that they just elevate just a little bit your basic shape. Rather than just having a rectangle, making a divot here and a divot there and maybe a punch here and there and a fold and a word and a little here or there. It makes it a whole nother ballgame. So I made a little booklet that will act like the top of a card. So you card makers are going to be happy. You people that want to play with little booklets are going to be happy. And I hope. Okay, let's get started. Anyway, I'll just show you the pieces here. It shouldn't take me too long, really, because I have everything ready, and I've actually made them ahead of time, so I know exactly what I'm going to be doing. Unlike sometimes when I make something that is like this. Oh, no, I didn't have it set right. Okay, never mind. Just a second. Okay, I did mention maybe doing this, but I'm not going to tonight. Oh, there, it's just shot out of there, didn't it? This is a fun interactive, too. Holy smokers. Okay, so you could even just push it out. Whoop, and there goes that little guy. Isn't that fun? Okay, so I figured it out, Christina, after watching you, and I kept saying, nope, I'm not going to do it, but then I did it, and it is addictive, and I can see why you did it 3 or 4 weeks in a row. I love it. This was on a present once. Isn't that cute? Whew, love it. Okay, so we have front and back of our little pamphlet. Well, I don't know what it was. Little ticketlet. And we are going to have, so they fit together. They're the same size, and they are, I wrote them down, 4 1/4 by 3. So 4 1/4 by 3. And then we have 3 little pages inside. Now, if you wanted to make it 2 pages or 10 pages, you could do whatever you wanted to. But for me, I'm just doing 3 little pages. I used this little stamp set that is no longer available from Close to My Heart. But, nothing I ever work with is very available anymore. But I thought this was really cute. If you did want something similar to this, I would suggest Anita Jerem's stamps. And I know they're available at, help me out here, Colorado Company or something. So like that. But they're very similar, I think. I think Anita came first, but I'm glad that this came second. So I did get that, and because it was adorable when I got my album for the year. And I went ahead and just played with making them cute. So we got this little guy. He's going to be the cover. And I did a very poorly done little row of pokes so that it looks like it's perforated. Colorado Craft Company. Thank you, Linda Gorman. And what I used for that is an ancient old thing that we used to do when I used to hang out with Betty Rubble and what was her name? Wilma Flintstone. We used to have these plastic needlepoint canvas, and we would use it for setting eyelets and different things. And so I pulled it out. It's been handy off and on throughout the years, but I will do it where I'm not going to see it. And so you just do a little poke, and I would skip one because if they're too close, it might rip, honestly, like a perforation. So you just can poke little holes in it. If you wanted to go back and sew those little holes in it, they would be pretty straight. You could always do a line of pencil drawing and then put this on top of it to make sure that it's more straight than this. This was a little wonkadoodle. And then I added just a little mat. And I went ahead and stamped these cute little buns. I decided to use, this is not watercolor paper. It probably should have been. I decided to use, I hope I have enough water here, just a fairly dry water brush and watercolor pencils. I wanted to use Copics, but I didn't have a gray. My gray's dead. So that's the way it goes. It's okay. So you can do watercolor pencils several ways. This is a similar technique to like Gamsol and regular, what are those things? Pencils, color pencils. But you can do that, or you can use just water. So I just kind of scribble in here. You don't have to do really, really well. I didn't use permanent ink, so I do want to keep it pretty dry. But it's going to blend a little bit. It's okay. It's not going to bother me too much. Oops, that's pretty wet. So I've got a little rag over here on the side, my stamp cleaner. So I can I just squeeze the water out of it to clean it, and then dot it off, blot it off. So there's that. So you can color it first and do it that way, or if you wanted it a little bit darker, you can go right to the source. I'll see if it's darker or not. I don't know. That's the theory. I did put Nuvo drops on their nose and their eyes first, which acts as a resist, no big deal. The reason I don't use ink for watercoloring on gray is because it tends to separate a little bit and become more of its components. And so it doesn't really, maybe there's some inks that work better than I have used, but it has been not a great experience. Oh, you know what? That should have been his pink part here. Oh, well, we're going to be okay. So there we go. That colored those guys pretty fast. So we have the option of, I'll go ahead and just do, I may not even blend that one because it's not very big, and I think it might be kind of cute, a little brighter. I do have a little Nuvo drop in the center of the flower too. They are adorable. Dadgum. You know, okay, so Valentine's Day comes, Valentine's Day goes, and then all of a sudden the bunnies come out. Did you notice that? Like hearts? Nope. Bunnies? Yes. So I'll just do a little background in blue just to soften and so it's not so stark. When you do fill in a little background, make sure you find those little crevices, those hidden crevices. And there we go. I may come back and do that later and blend. Oh, I'll do it now. What the heck? So blot it off so that I don't have something else on there. I guess it wouldn't matter too much gray. This is, but this isn't watercolor paper, so I have to be judicious about my water. You could also put, you know, if you had a little cotton ball or something, you could break it up, make it a little wadded up, and make his little tail fluffy. Little bunny bums are adorable. They just are. We used to have bunnies, and doggone it, when they would hop away, they were just the cutest little bums. And their little ears, one of my favorite things was when they would wash their ears. So adorable. We had Checkers. Checkers was black and white. But I told that to a kid one time and they said, why? Because I said, we had a bunny named Checkers. Do you know what color it was? And they thought black and red, which is what checkers really are. The checkerboard is black and white. But we didn't name him checkerboard. That's the cover. Cover 1 is done. This little guy is a little bit smaller. I think all these are pretty much the same. It's like, oh, not quite. It's 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And so did you notice I have a little divot here, a little divot there? That was made by a die cut. That's all it was. If you had a punch, you could punch it. Doesn't matter if it's wider or not, but this was just a little die cut, and I did part of the little circle. I saved the little circle somewhere, I thought. And I thought, well, I'll save several because I'll probably lose one, but it looks like I lost both of them, all of them. But, you know, I know where the paper is. So that's one way to make a ticket. Here's another way with the divot at the bottom. This I stamped just for a little interest, tore a little piece of paper for a little border. And then I've got this little guy, just a little piece of... Okay, I got a story about this one. This one, here's my other already made one. Okay, so Brainiac here decides, oh, wouldn't this be cute with a little blue or a little green thing? And then you have a little tuck in there, and then before that, I thought, oh, I'll just stamp the sentiment right there on the blue. But then when I put this in there and pulled it out, I went, oh, the part of the sentiment's gone. So Brainiac here. So, but it's a cute little way to make a tuck. So we're gonna concentrate on the good stuff, not the failures. So I ended up adding vellum, a little vellum strip for the holder in the belt or binder or whatever you want to call it, instead of that green. And then I did stamp it right there on the mat. And on the back, I'm just going to tape it, make sure it's pretty straight. And then you can see it. The cute thing about this little tuck-in deal, there we go. That's going to be taped down. The cute thing about this little guy is this is a die cut, and then I put it on there too because I had a different sentiment. So it got very, very busy fast. But I didn't put any glue on the left side, which is going to be the side that slides under. And so he stays on top. And when it was green, it was more important. It's not as important when it is vellum. But it's still nice. So it's not bad. Oh, we're talking about my craft mat. Oh, are we ashamed? It's okay. If I get a new craft mat, it will be bad fast. So I'll look at all this anyway. Yep, this is glued to the table. So, yeah, I love bunnies too, Susan Murphy. They're just cute as can be. So, okay, so we've got a little flower here. I decided to add just a little bit of a border down here. Since I hidden the message, I thought, well, we could add another little message right down here, because the more little teeny tiny details, not always the better, but sometimes the better. So there we go. So once again, that's page 2. It's another ticket, and it just slides in like that. Ta-da! Page 3 is the one where I needed that circle. Oh, I had it right with it. Oh, I surprised myself. Page 3 is another tag that I haven't really fixed yet. So what I wanted to do on that, this one is really easy too. It's just taking a regular old office punch and taking out the corners and maybe in a couple more little spots, just like so. And then that's all it takes to make it look more like a ticket instead of just a rectangle. And I did do a 1/2 inch thing here, and you could do one of these things. There is a little fold there, so I can see it. doesn't take very long. If you do have a sewing machine, you can do this on that too. My sewing machine is not for this, but there are some little tiny, but you could do little thread on there. Wouldn't that be cute? It'd be cute. So then there's this little guy. This is just a little fold up. It is 4.5 by golly, 4.5. But then it is folded so that it's not clear at the bottom. So it is folded at about 2. This is maybe 2, 4.5, 4. I don't know. It's not 4.5 by 4.5 for the love of Pete. It's 2 by 4.5. Folded at, I better check that one again too. Folded at a little bit beyond 2. So it's like 2 1/8 this way. And then you've got just a little bit of lip down here. Personally, I wouldn't ever mess with measuring that. I would just take a piece and fold it over and find where I wanted to put it. I did do a lot of ink blending around here with some blue. This is a cute little heart that was orange, and I didn't have any orange yet. And so just stamped inside, sweet little thing, and a little flower. Before I put it on here, though, I'm going to add a little string. So I'm going to poke some string holes. Got my crochet thread and my club, which is a very, very big needle. It is going to make my holes bigger, but it's not a good poker. So I still need the poker to poke and then the needle to thread. Everybody has a job around here. I think I'll add that a little bit more. Then I can make a bow tie. Rabbit ears, after all, are how you do ties. I didn't, but it is one way. Now we can just add it on. So, you know, the thing I think about little booklets is just how much fun you can do little interactives on each page. And they're not fancy interactives. They're not hard interactives. Not always. But this is just, there's page 3 or page 2. Oh, nope. I got one more thing. These little guys. Okay, so these were the half circles out. This was another die cut out of the other tickets. Okay, so this can go right here to hold this little guy. It'll be a tab. But all you want to do is put a little bit of glue at the bottom. Otherwise, it won't be a tab. It'll be a problem. You guys are making big plans for my surface here, I can tell. Oh, he had some kind of nasty cleaner. Oh my gosh, it was so smelly. So just hold that down a second. You'll be good. And then it won't be popping up until you want it to. You could put a little gem on there. Yeah. There you go. Just those little details. Very, very fun. Last one already. This one I didn't use a circle for the divots. I used a heart. Not a big heart, just a little sweetheart, just a little die. I stuck it right in just the little pointed part and just cut it out. I thought it was kind of an interesting shape instead of just circles. The little bunny, this was on watercolor paper and it still looks kind of bad. So I don't know. This one was... He looks pretty good on camera from my angle, but it's not very good. And I was also going to put some little hearts on here. There. Now that feels more balanced. which makes me feel more balanced. Anyway, that was just another way to do it. To stick the little hearts in there. Again, use the poker to do the holes and the club and my very, very inexpensive thread. That's the last page, and then we have the back cover. You know what? One thing I don't think anybody did was nobody went Willy Wonka and did the golden ticket. I didn't put anything on the golden ticket yet, but I did make a golden ticket and a little pocket for the cover, the back cover. So that'll go like that. This guy can go. He can have some hearts too. Here we go. That makes it look like it's all part of the family. And this little piece is this was a scrap, so it's really not an important size, but it is 2 by 6.5, and it is folded either at 3 3/4 basically, or 2.5-ish. So it's just another way. This is be a place where you could write. You could stamp a sentiment. Make sure you put it below this part, or just write a note to somebody. But you do have a chance for a golden ticket here. And for this ticket, I just poke some little holes. And where I got this delightful piece of gold ticketry is my butter box. I thought this was going out to be recycled. And look, Grandma Gay, there's one of your cows like you sent me. I'm not going to fussy cut that. But this was just a butter box, and I thought there's a lot of good gold on here, and I'm not going to buy any new gold while I've got it right here. So I think this is Costco. I don't know. Costco or Sam's or something. One of those wonderful places. But that was my butter box. And so that's another place where you can put a little something, and you can put one of these little, you could put 2, but you could put one of these little tabs on there too, if you want it to be held shut. You could do it up here too. Looks a little awkward in the middle of the mix. But, okay, so that's that. That's a pretty cute little book, don't you think? I think it's cute. So then we can start putting it together. And what I would do is I wouldn't go too high up because you don't want it to rip easily. But you can just poke a couple holes in there. I had some paper clips around, so I'm going to line this guy up. I think the paper clips should help, maybe. So when I flip it over, it doesn't scooch. And then I can see where the holes are going to be. Just so easy. Put it down, use this one because this is going to be next. You could use a little binder clip too if you lose the paper clip, which I just did, but it was in my hand. Where are my keys? Does that ever happen when you had the keys in your hand? Oh, come on. I hope so. Okay, so let's see. Doesn't matter if it's front or back, I suppose, just that it's kind of lined up. Your daughter-in-law's from Ireland? Kerry Gold is all you use. It's good butter. I think Julia Child would like it. You can always add these little punches for little faux gems, too. Is that it? That's it? Okay. And when I put this together, I went, okay, critter, plain, critter, plain, critter, 2 critters. But, oops, I got this guy to go still. And since I'm going from this way, I think I'll just leave it as is. Take a risk. Okay, now I am going to put these guys together with the holes lining up. But I think I'll use a binder because it's kind of a chubby little thing. There we go. I did find out that if you don't have Nuvo drops or you're clumsy with them, and they can be clumsy, if you just pull out a Sharpie with ultrafine points, you can do a lot of dolling up on the little eyes and noses. You could use a prettier ribbon for this too. Then I'm going to show you how to put this on a card. Kind of have to work with this just a little bit so it knows where to bend the pages, but it's not terribly hard. I did do a knot, but I won't do another one. Here we go. Then you can come back in with any kind of embellishments or whatever you want to do, but you got yourself a little ticket book. And if you wanted to, think of all the different ways you could use this. You could make it an actual ticket book where things get torn out and used, but they can just go through it like this. And just go, oh, that's so cute. Oh, that's so cute. You can add photos. You could make it a scavenger hunt. With a clue on each page. You could do a several word sentence or whatever, and start with, I found my happiness, whatever, with the golden ticket. Whatever, those kind of things. See, isn't that fun? It's like a party has happened on my desk. I like that. I don't need this open, I don't think. Okie doke. So this is just a basic A2 size card. Almost, because I didn't have one with me. And that is just a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 folded in half. Do we say that in our sleep? Oh, thanks, Christina. It's cute. Is that a parakeet I keep hearing? No, not here. Do I have a parakeet? I don't know. I love parakeets. I also have a piece of vellum here because we're going to make this be the belt. And I have just a little bit of this green for that green. But watch what happens. You know me in contrast. Okay. Oh, yawn. Oh, look, I'm going to yawn now. It doesn't have enough pop. So I did get a little bit of white paper because watch. Oh, look, it's so much nicer now. But we're not going to glue that one on. We're going to glue this one on the green. If you were short on the green, you could cut out the center, but I'm okay. Eyeball straight enough, and then I am going to put this on here. See where I want to put my belt. I gave myself about 3/4 of an inch to an inch on the side. So it's 4 1/2 plus 2 inches basically. Probably right about there. And then that's going to wrap around. So we'll get that started. Come on, come on. But if we wrap it around the little ticket book, then you don't have to worry about the pants being too tight. We don't want those pants to be too tight. We're all about the stretchy pants after all. But you don't want, it's not going to like hold it. It's just kind of holding it. It's not going to be like forever snug. Then we'll glue this whole thing down on the card front. Of course, you could use better adhesive than I just did. All that blah, blah, blah. You know Dutch stuff. Eyeball it, and there we go. And there you've got your little card with a little ticket book on the front. Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da. Isn't that fun? Just makes it a little special, and it doesn't have to be hard. You can also do it with just straight rectangles too. That's easy and fun. I do have one of those to share with the Fun Supporters and Up on the blog this week, but it's all good. So when I was doing this little guy when I was going Brainiac time, oh, what an engineer she is. And I put that on there and then stamped over it. I did put this little piece of vellum under there so I could stamp just on this part without having to worry. Oh, but it still looks like a kindergartner did it, but that's the way it goes. So I got a couple. And I think we'll probably have to have somebody get one of these, but I'm not sure how. I have one more little thing to show you before. If you saw Crafty Owl's Oh So Inspiring, or I think that's it, on Saturday night, they had an inspiration piece, and then they made some cards. She and her sister. I made a card, but I was still in Robotsville with the same parameters that we had. So, and since I'm kind of into this interactive kid stuff, this was it had a half circle or something. And so I made a quarter circle. No, it was a quarter circle. Did a quarter circle, put some paper tape or, just that stuff that you get from your, this wasn't, but it's like the 2021 calendar that you get from your insurance agent that you put on your refrigerator for a year or two. And so I just had the paper tape to hold his head on. Then I made a little pull out, and it says, in case you go and lose your head, and you just, because of the stamp set that Jackie Rip gave me, there were a bunch of different heads. And so I went ahead and just made a bunch of them so you could flip his head. He's kind of a funny looking dude, but at the same time, he's kind of a fun looking dude. So it's just another thing you can do that's just a little bit different. And, oh, that one doesn't have one. A little bit different and a little bit playful, especially when you're trying to do something for a kid or something. Kid 9 through 99. So I need to put one on there. I may. So that's just, isn't that the dumbest thing? It was fun though. Very fun. All right. I think that's all I have. My goodness. I've shown you my cornhole robot and how to make a little card. And I've got, here it is in browns and more of a tea or coffee. This one's actually tea. A tea booklet. And then my crazy robot. So, who lost his head. All right, let's see what else we've got going on here. I think we do always want to thank our patrons. I sometimes forget this part on the Fun University, but we do want to thank our patrons because you guys are so important. You are making this show possible for all people all over the world. We do appreciate you so much. We do have a couple new friends. Debbie Morse and Andy Zach joined us this week, and so that's super cool. Tomorrow, you girls will be able to see or not tomorrow, maybe the next day, but because tomorrow night it's supposed to snow, so I think Thursday sounds like a good day for this project. You'll see still pictures of each one of the pages of the book, plus another book, and the dimensions, stuff like that. I just try to make it so it's easier to make. What else is there? I don't know. But, another reason to become a patron of any level, fun friend, fun supporter, or club fun, or above, is because Mr. Producer will be making a card this week. This weekend, I think, is when he'll do it for our patrons only. So if you want to see what kind of card Mr. Producer makes, I think it's going to be based on the parameters that we get Friday. I don't know, maybe he might be pulling a power move and doing whatever he wants. I don't know. He's very talented, though. I don't know if he's going to stamp, paint. I don't know what he's going to do. But we're going to have fun watching him pull something together. He is very talented. So we'll see how that goes. And then, so that will be this week. And then we have an all patron Zoom call on the 26th, which, if everybody shows up, will be pretty exciting. But that'll be fun, too. And we will be doing a card crop, just hanging out and making cards while we are trying to get our numbers up for our card donation drive this year. So Judy is our leader. Oh my gosh, she is a card making machine, but she's awesome. All right. Well, felt good to share something with you guys. Thank you for being here again tonight. I look forward to looking at your comments and how you want to clean up my desk. And we will see you Friday for Crafty Allen, episode 100 of Craft Roulette. Wonder what the heck we'll get. I did update some parameters, took some Valentine-y stuff off, and added couple things in honor of Crafty Al. So, all right. We'll see you then. All right? Okay. Bye-bye.